Hey guys! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from whatever time zone you may be in. This is Off the Grid Podcast with Aiden and Jared.
Getting unauthorized access to the truth.
And today we are in a live stream coming to you live.
This is our first ever Off the Grid Podcast live stream. Now, we did do one over on our gaming channel, right?
Yes, if you checked out our gaming channel, then you would know that we actually did one live stream. Didn't do it very long, but we did do a live stream.
Yes,
So-
and that, what you just heard, that was the full theme.
Mhm.
So you can get that on my Off the Grid Music channel on Apple Music.
Yeah, I know we
So-
don't talk about it enough, but
I haven't been making any new stuff, so I mean, I'm getting, you know.
are you getting into it again, or
starting
it?
Yeah. I have a bunch of ideas on my Logic Pro software.
Nice.
You know, so
All right.
So this live stream is about the coronavirus, right?
Yes. And what we know about it, what we don't know about it, and yeah, it's pretty much we're just going over everything we know so far and kind of the mysteries that surround it right now.
Yes, and it's
'Cause-
going on now as we speak. So I mean,
Yeah, so it's an ongoing issue. I felt, and Aiden felt, that it was better to go live instead of try to record it and then edit and publish it later, because by the time we got it out,
the virus might be done with.
yeah, or it might not be that big of an issue as, you know, just anymore in general. Like, people won't be talking about it.
Right.
So, anyways, what did you want to talk about first?
So this thing is now, if you've been watching the news, if you haven't, you've been living under a rock, but if you've been
Yeah.
watching the news, you know that the WHO, or World Health Organization as they're called, has declared this an actual pandemic. Now, it was an epidemic before. Now, I think definitions vary between different organizations about what it means, but a pandemic is basically, I think the definition is something along the lines of where people are getting the virus by not traveling. Like, they just get it.
Yeah.
And it's all over the world. So it has to be crossing international borders in order for it to be considered a pandemic, which coronavirus has done that. So
Right.
So it is now officially a pandemic, right?
Yeah, it started out as as just like a Chinese virus.
Yep, in Wuhan.
And in Wuhan, and before you know it, it's spread to multiple countries throughout the world, and there's like very little countries that are actually like separated from it.
Right.
Most places do have the virus, right?
In fact, we have a map that we can show
pop
you
up
guys.
for you guys, but
yeah, like look at this, guys. This is insane. So that's where it is.
yeah, that's pretty much the whole entire world, except for like, well, I'm surprised actually.
Well, most of these countries are like, they're either very remote or they're very, very cold, like extremely cold. You know what I mean?
And also like poor. Too.
Yeah, which is weird, considering that you would think that, it would spread to those countries faster, but no.
Right, yeah, you would think, but
Yeah.
it looks like Africa, for example. If you look there, you notice that not many areas in Africa have the virus.
Yeah.
So that could mean one of two things, or at least one thing I can think of at the current moment, is that since they're poorer countries, at least
Yeah.
some of them,
Yeah.
they don't fly a whole lot, and there's not a lot of people that fly in.
Yeah.
So they're kind of isolated.
Yeah.
Or the second thing is that they don't have testing kits. So there's that.
You can't even imagine.
You-
if you don't have testing kits, you
I
can't
mean,
imagine how many people are infected. I mean,
Yeah, and all of Africa could be infected.
Yeah.
We don't know, but it looks like from this map, this is only what is reported.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the
so-
entire world could be blue for all we know.
Yeah, and the entire U.S. could be, like they said in Ohio, that there was 100,000 cases possibly in Ohio.
Possibly.
Like,
Let's stress that, possibly.
Yeah, they haven't all been tested, obviously.
We're
but
from Stark County, Ohio.
yeah,
So, I mean, yeah.
yeah. If you're not aware, but we are from Stark County, and that we did have 2 cases now
Yeah,
in Stark
2,
County.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's gotten pretty
Close to
ugly
home.
here.
Yeah.
So it's definitely an ugly situation.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I forgot to mention before we started into this topic, but if you guys are listening to us live, then you guys can just comment in the live chat.
Sound off.
Sound off. We'll comment on anyone that decides to give us a something to talk about.
Or has a question.
Have a question. We'll try to answer it to the best of our ability.
Yes.
But as you know, we are not medical professionals.
No, at all. So we're not from the CDC or the WHO. We're just two college students who want a podcast, who find this interesting.
Yeah, so definitely don't take us seriously, like when we say how serious it is, because we don't know, since
which is why we have notes.
Yes, which is why we have notes. So definitely, yeah. So what is the coronavirus? Let's get into that, shall we?
Yes. So this is actually really interesting. So it's basically, coronaviruses are a large family of viruses that are common in people and many different species of animals, including camels, cattle, cats, and bats. Rarely, animal coronaviruses can infect people, and then spread between people, such as with MERS or SARS, and now with this new virus named SARS-CoV-2. So this virus, this current one actually, is a beta coronavirus, like MERS or SARS. All three of these viruses have their origins in bats. The sequences from US patients are similar to the one in China initially posted, suggesting a likely single recent emergence of this virus from an animal reservoir.
Oh.
Early on, many of the patients at the epicenter of the outbreak in Wuhan, China, had some link to a large seafood and live animal market, suggesting animal-to-person spread. That means that it was zoonotic, which means that's what AIDS was.
Yeah.
AIDS came from chimps. Later, a growing number of patients reportedly did not have exposure to animal markets, indicating person-to-person spread. Person-to-person spread, was subsequently reported outside Hubei, I think that's how it's pronounced, and in countries outside China, including in the United States. Some international destinations now have apparent community spread with the virus that causes COVID-19, as do some parts of the United States. Community spread means some people have been infected and it is not known how or where they became exposed. Learn what is known about the spread of this newly emerged coronavirus. Okay.
Probably jumping off of what you just said.
And this is from the CDC.gov, so this is like official.
So we're reading off this, but I'm gonna speculate that a lot of these community spread cases are caused by not knowing who had the virus to begin with. Because the problem is you had so many people that, I mean, there's people that are that are criticizing the president because of his
Joe Biden.
Yeah, there's people that are criticizing Trump because they believe that he didn't get the test kits out quick enough.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. The test kits didn't get out as fast as we wanted them to.
Right, but if you have potentially 100,000 people infected, within weeks or days or something like that, it's hard.
Right, and you remember how large our country is.
330 million people.
Yeah, I mean, so it would be difficult to test everyone so quickly.
Yeah.
There's just too many people. But the thing is that all these people didn't have this testing done, and he didn't stop the travel from China and the US right away. It could have been spread here before the travel ban to China.
And how would he have known?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because it stays dormant for 14 days or something? It could stay dormant?
Yeah, and it can stay on the surface for 3. So, I mean...
So it can be... We could have the coronavirus right now as we're speaking. We don't even know.
Yeah.
And if we do, then, oh well, we both gave ourselves the coronavirus because we've been sitting next to each other for, like, a whole day.
And, I mean... and I have a really weak immune system, so it could be lethal for me. So, I mean...
Yeah, so,
Well, my lungs are weak, so...
It just depends on, what your underlying health conditions are, but, yeah, I think it's definitely something to worry about.
Yeah. So, how did the outbreak start? In case you guys have been living under a rock, right?
Yeah.
We said it started in
Wuhan, China.
Yeah. Which is now completely,
Like the streets are completely empty.
Deserted, yeah.
Yeah,
like out of I Am Legend or something.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely insane. And what's funny is that people in China aren't panicking like people in Italy are. You know?
Really?
They're not rioting, there's not chaos.
Yeah, I think, from what I understand, I did hear from Ben Shapiro that...
Love his podcast.
Yes, me too. I do listen to it like almost every day.
Religiously, yes.
He did mention something about how... Now, he might have been a little bit dramatic there, but he was talking about how the Chinese government is basically welding people inside their house.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like, they're basically saying, like, you can't leave, and they're... there's like
there was a video,
repercussions for leaving.
There was a video I saw where a guy, I guess who was infected, was walking down the street, and a cop, I guess, just tackles him and detains him.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So okay, so we're gonna give you guys a little bit of a timeline here because up till the current time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Up till now. So on December 31st of last year, obviously, the WHO actually thought that it was pneumonia at first, actually.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Surprisingly enough. So it says here, health authorities in China confirmed that dozens of people in Wuhan, China were being treated for pneumonia from an unknown source. Now, this is from abcnews.com, in case you guys are wondering.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, many of those sickened had visited a live animal market in Wuhan, as we said, and authorities said there wasn't evidence of the virus spreading from person to person. Not yet. And this is from next big thing is on January 11th, in which Chinese state media reports the first death from novel coronavirus, and it was a 61-year-old man who had visited the live animal market. So January 21st, 2020, first confirmed case in the United States. A man in the 30s from Washington State had traveled to Wuhan. January 23rd, China imposed a strict lockdown, which is actually still in effect right now. I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
China imposes aggressive containment measures in Wuhan, the epicenter of the outbreak, suspending flights and trains and shutting down subways, buses, and ferries in an attempt to stem the spread, obviously. And on January 3rd of this year, the World Health Organization declares a global health emergency of international concern, which is a designation reserved for extraordinary events that threaten to spread internationally. And we didn't put this in our notes, but this was a big thing that happened. On February 5th, the Diamond Princess cruise ship was quarantined. Remember hearing about that?
Yeah, and I believe I saw someone on the news last night. They were from that cruise ship, and he was still in quarantine.
Yeah. This says more than 3,600 passengers, are quarantined on a cruise ship off the coast of Yokohama, Japan, while passengers and crew undergo health screenings. The number of confirmed cases on board the ship would eventually spread to more than 700, making it one of the largest outbreaks outside of China.
Wow.
February 11th, novel coronavirus renamed COVID-19. February 26th, first case of suspected local transmission in the U.S. February 29th, first death reported in the U.S. And that was in Washington. It was at Evergreen Health Medical Center. And, yeah, that was on February 29th. March 3rd, CDC lifts restrictions for virus testing. So, basically, they're going all out to try to solve this thing. And, like we said, this article doesn't really go till now, but now the WHO has declared it a global pandemic, so...
Yeah, which was, what, a couple days ago?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very recently, within the past couple days. Yeah, so this is not something to take lightly.
Right.
That's what they said. They said that a pandemic is not a word to be used lightly.
Right.
So when they use it, what does that mean?
Well, that means that it's something that everyone should be worrying about, right?
Yeah.
You know? And also, I wanted to mention something, too. I know I'm kind of jumping around here, but when I was trying to look up on the internet here, I was trying to look to see what China was doing to stop the spread of the virus. Like, or
what have they been doing? Yeah,
that's the real question. But when I was coming across that, it's like I saw an article that China spins the tale about U.S. Army.
That started it.
Yeah, you know that. The U.S. Army started the coronavirus.
Read this. I want to hear what this says. This is crazy. They think we started it?
I think so. Oh, wait. Crap. I think it wants me to...
Just continue. It's fine. Well, exit out or something.
I don't know. Can I put my address in? I don't know. Do I have to do this?
Oh my gosh.
Do I have to pay? Hopefully not.
Just hit.
I don't know. It won't let me do it. Oh well. Anyways, the whole gist of it is that
Sorry about that, guys.
China is I'm gonna give you a very bare bones description, but let's see if I can pull up this article from CNN.
Not the most reliable of sources.
Yeah, but hopefully it's a free read here because it's so horrible that they don't charge anything for it. It says U.S. Assistant Secretary of State David Stilwell summoned China's ambassador in Washington to the State Department Friday morning, hours after a prominent Chinese official suggested that the U.S. military may have been responsible for bringing the coronavirus to Wuhan, the epicenter of the global pandemic. That claim was publicly promoted by China's Foreign Ministry spokesperson Zhao Lihan, or something like that, on Thursday, who pointed to remarks made by Centers for Disease Control and Prevention Director Robert Redfield as proof of a growing conspiracy theory that the coronavirus did not originate in central China, as previously thought, and may have been brought here by the U.S. Army.
That's from CNN.
Which is so ridiculous to think that the U.S. did that. Do you really think the U.S. caused that?
Well,
do you think that's a reliable theory?
I mean, what reason? Let me ask you this: what reason would they have to lie? They're very health oriented.
But China,
they haven't had an outbreak since 2003.
But the thing but China always. How can you trust China to begin with? Everything that
we trust them enough without trading, right? I mean,
I wouldn't trust them anymore after this virus because now it's spread around and it's like all these. We might have released it as
a bioweapon. Who knows? And they got out of hand.
I think that they were trying to do this bioweapon.
Really? Why do you think so? Explain that. Explain your reasoning.
Well, they're not very happy with Trump's taxes or import taxes or whatever it is.
This is going into conspiracy territory, but this is just
this
is just our brains going nuts.
Yeah, it's just trying to figure out why. It's like, okay, you're going to blame us for it.
Yeah.
So why not us
blame you?
You know, because that's where we initially thought it came from, was you to begin with.
Yeah.
China. But
I mean, it's proven the CDC said it and the WHO said it. So I mean.
Yeah. So I don't know.
No, we don't want.
No, we don't.
We don't stop at CNN.
We don't like Anderson Cooper.
No.
Okay. Gay. It actually is.
Yeah. Dude, I thought that was awesome.
All right. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So.
Oh man. So
CDC was caught on the spot.
This is the article.
Back to the article. When did patient zero begin in the U.S.? How many people are infected? What are the names of the hospitals? It might be U.S. Army who brought the epidemic to Wuhan. Be transparent. Make public your data. U.S. owe us
an explanation.
Zhao tweeted to his more than
300,000 followers. So many, right?
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, it's
called it a foreign virus. Now people are getting up in arms because he used that.
Yeah,
I did
hear that. Yeah. It's like, okay, well, it's true. It is a foreign virus. What do you think?
He probably didn't even. If he's smart, which he is, he probably didn't refer to it as a country. He probably referred to it as his DNA. Well, it being a new kind of virus that we've never seen before.
How is it saying that a foreign virus is racist?
Right.
Do you see that as
no,
racist?
No, not at all. It's like the Chief Wahoo thing. I mean.
Yeah, I mean.
Our first podcast ever.
But that doesn't.
This doesn't make sense.
It just doesn't make sense because, like, it's not like you're saying that, the Chinese people are all, carriers of this virus. That's pretty racist because that's not true.
We're carriers. We could be carriers. Like you said at the beginning of this recording, we could be carriers right now and not even know it.
Right.
Asymptomatic.
The problem is that a lot of us could be exposed to it, especially if you go into, like, public places like a grocery store or an airport or a movie theater. Those sort of things are very public. There's a lot of people that come in and out of those buildings all day.
Mm-hmm.
and the virus holds on to surfaces for up to 3 days.
Yep.
Or more. I don't know, depending.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it's scary. But speaking of scary, a lot of people have been freaking out about this virus a bit much, don't you think?
Yes. So much so that Italy has placed the entire country on lockdown. And I think this happened up to 2 weeks ago, I want to say. Could be one, but
Yeah.
it could be up to 2 weeks ago. So this is from theguardian.com.
Okay.
If this thing ever loads.
Yeah. Stay tuned, guys.
Yeah.
Stand
so
by.
Anyway, what's been happening is because it's so scared, they locked down the entire. Oh, here it is. Come on. Where's it at? Where's this at? Okay, screw it. I'll just tell you. So Italy, if you guys don't know, if you guys haven't been following the news, like I just said, it's been locked down.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't just mean an area. The entire nation has been locked down. And I saw a video recently of... Now, here's my theory on it. The entire city is quarantined, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's allowed in or out.
Right.
And there was a video I saw of, I guess, some prisoners escaped a prison.
Ooh.
And they began causing a little bit of trouble. Now, what I think happened... Now, it could be completely wrong. But what I think happened is, in that part of Italy, the power went out. And a lot of prisons have automatic closing doors, right?
Right.
And when the power went out, they opened. And they busted out.
Yeah.
And they started causing riots. So, things are going crazy over there in Italy right now.
Yeah, that could be, that's definitely a, possibility there.
What do you think about Italy, like, locking down its whole country? Do you think it's smart, not smart, what?
Well, I did see some things about Italy. I think it said, if I read it correctly, that there's a lot of older Italians there in Italy.
Yeah.
And that's causing some issues. A lot of them are dying from it.
Yep.
The coronavirus, and the death rate in Italy is so high right now just because of their age. A lot of the older people there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of older people in Italy, I guess. And there's also some underlying health conditions like they've been talking about.
Yeah.
And this has been causing the death toll to rise there.
Oh, yeah.
And
I think it's the second most, like, hardest hit place besides China, right?
Yes, it is. Well, actually, South Korea got hit really bad, too.
Really?
Yes. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I mean, I saw a video of them spraying the ground and stuff.
Yeah, that was
in an airport, I think it was.
Okay, let's see.
So that one, Italy,
the first one.
Yeah. So this is all the latest up. Al Jazeera, they're a liberal site. I don't think we want to use that.
You don't want to use this one?
No, I think the second one.
That's the same one. Maybe just
let's use this one. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this is from France. Yeah, France24.com.
Okay, so
Italy's coronavirus death toll surges.
Jumped to 250 deaths
in the last 24 hours.
Wow. The
Holy
biggest
crap.
daily increase ever recorded by any country as the worst affected Lombardy region.
Asked for a complete shutdown.
Factories and offices. The government this week imposed drastic curbs nationwide, shutting bars, restaurants, and most shops, and banning non-essential travel in an effort to halt the worst outbreak of the disease outside China.
Which is what I said, yeah.
Yeah, you're right, then. The measures so far show no sign of slowing the number of deaths, which rose by 25%
in a day
to
holy crap.
to 1,266. The head of the Civil Protection Agency said on Friday. The total number of cases rose to 17,660 from 15,113 the day before.
Holy crap.
That's
a huge jump.
Wow.
That scares me, actually, a lot. So, let's talk about that for a second. In a day, the last 24 hours, 250 people. What? Like, and people say that the flu is worse. I mean...
Oh, it is here.
Yeah.
as far as we know.
Yeah.
But then again, we don't have all the testing kits like spread out to everywhere.
Yep.
That's not easily accessible like Italy is able to do, because Italy had the testing kit sent out.
It's crazy. Like, just my mind is blown. Like,
I didn't know this before. Like, how many?
Yeah,
deaths?
this is new. This is live, I guess.
Yeah, live reaction right now.
Oh my goodness. Like,
so let's see. See if there's anything else here. I don't really think.
I think that's the most important part.
Yeah, but that really.
Well, this is important.
Italy's fatality rate at 7% of all those who test positive from the highly contagious virus is much higher than that of most other countries.
So
let's see.
They're mostly 80 years old.
Yeah, Italian health authorities attribute this mainly to an elderly population, with the majority of victims more than 80 years old and underlying health problems. However, other explanations have also been suggested. Okay, what else? Have been dying due to separate infections from antibiotic-resistant bacteria.
What?
Interesting. Another factor may be that Lombardy is having mounting problems treating the number of patients needing intensive care. The health ministry has said it can quickly increase intensive care units by 50% nationwide, but a ministry source told Reuters on Friday that this may not be enough in regions like Lombardy if we cannot halt the contagion.
Okay, so I think that's enough for that.
Yeah.
So what is it saying, basically, this whole lot?
Well,
that they don't know what to do.
They don't know what to do. I think there's also a lot to consider when there's people that are freaking out about this virus, like people buying toilet paper like crazy.
San
Francisco. Like at grocery stores. No, here in Hartville.
Yeah,
we're out of toilet paper in Hartville.
Can I tell you a story?
Yeah.
So my dad went to Sam's Club, right?
Mm-hmm.
You been to Sam's Club?
Yeah.
And they were literally out of canned food. Like literally, all the stuff was gone. And the those big cases of water?
Yeah.
They were out in the middle of the floor, just wanting for people to pick up.
Wow. They're really playing on.
Well, they were constantly restocking, is what it was.
Oh yeah.
They're not winning out, so you literally see a truck outside, and they were just winning water in.
Wow.
They're trying to keep up with the demand.
Oh yeah, it's out the roof which is weird because you'd think that people like, oh, I'm being quarantined for, how long, and like 14 days, they'll be like, I'm gonna buy some alcohol and then sit on the couch and drink
the troubles away. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you think that the alcohol would be like one of the first things gone. No, it's toilet paper.
I mean, people are smart. I mean,
yeah.
So this is crazy.
Well, they're also, people are being a little reactive to it.
I don't think so.
Why do you think so?
I think that's going to be in the millions. I honestly do.
You do?
I honestly think it's going to be one of the worst pandemics we've had in, like, at least a century. I mean...
You might be right, but we'll have to... That's a wait and see sort of thing, because probably a lot more people are infected than what we actually know.
Realize, yeah. And we are way overdue for a pandemic, and just so you know. 2009, H1N1, that wasn't a pandemic. That was a huge outbreak, but it wasn't a pandemic. This is officially a pandemic. So, like, just realize that.
Right.
That people are giving a low estimate of 500,000 deaths from this thing. And that's a conservative estimate.
Right. There's
you can think of how high it might actually be.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah. Scary. Very scary.
So you think that the U.S. is doing enough, or is there a lot more that we can do?
Considering how new the virus is, of course. Yeah. I mean, think about it. It's an entirely new type of DNA genome, and DNA is very, very complex, if you know.
Right.
So it takes a while to figure out what it is and how to vaccinate against it. It'd be a couple months at least, probably.
Yeah.
But I read an article that, surprisingly, it might be true, it might not be true, but Israel's kicking butt at it. According to this article, Israel claims that they might have a cure within weeks.
Well, I believe that there's a Canadian company that would believe they had it too. It's also saying that too,
yeah.
Yeah. So, but the question is, if it's a cousin of the SARS, but cold, the common cold, if it's a cousin of the common cold, which was what I heard, then how can you trust that a vaccine will actually work?
Yeah.
Because
the common cold,
most common
cured
cold,
it yet.
yeah, because it mutates all the time.
Yep.
And there's just no way to it doesn't make sense to get a vaccine if it's going to just mutate in a couple months or something.
Yep.
You know?
It's already starting to. I heard a report that a 40-year-old died. Not that old. And we thought it would only affect old people, right? I mean,
yeah.
So, it's already changing on us.
What was their health condition, though? How were they health-wise?
I think they were perfectly healthy, I think.
I don't know.
And you read that report about where a child was infected, right? You said that 11-year-old girl, right? Weren't you saying something about that?
That was the flu.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Yep.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I'm completely
You're
wrong.
trying to get...
I'm trying to... No, I'm not trying to start anything.
Mm-mm.
Panic. Nope.
I don't think it affects children as much. It's mostly old people.
At least now. At least for now.
Yeah, until it mutates or something, then we have a whole nother problem. What else? What else do we want to go into?
So we're gonna want to glance over this quickly because where did it start? Right.
Right.
Wuhan.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel that a lot of people actually know how bad a life living in quarantine is. People just probably think it's sitting on your butt and stuff, you know what I mean?
Right.
Just waiting for the government to tell you, but it's a lot more than that. So this from Business Insider. This article was uploaded on, let me find it, on February 15th. So, I mean, you know, a lot's happened since then, but not a lot's changed in Wuhan, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this article says, China's unprecedented quarantine of 11 million people in Wuhan is 3 weeks old. Well, a lot more now, but.
Yeah.
Here's what it's like in the isolated city. The 11 million residents of Wuhan, China, have been under lockdown because of the deadly coronavirus. The residents are worried about having enough food, getting the virus from other people in the city, and staying entertained, as they largely choose to stay in their homes. The city is shipping in food and building hospitals in days, while residents are making memes as they wait for things to return to normal. This is what life in the city is like under quarantine as China enforces increasingly strict measures. The Chinese city of Wuhan has been under lockdown for 3 weeks. Well, not anymore, but as of the date of that article.
Yeah.
After it was identified as a center of a deadly coronavirus outbreak that has killed more than 1,500 people. Photos show how the typically bustling city of 11 million now appears to be a ghost town, as people shout support from their balconies and run in their apartments as they wait for word on when the spread of the virus might slow, or their quarantine might be lifted. People are allowed outside, but many are choosing to stay indoors. Those who go outside are faced with screenings and disinfectant sprayings. A teenager with cerebral palsy died after his dad was quarantined, while thousands of pets are at risk of starvation in empty homes.
Oh my gosh.
Residents are trying to challenge Chinese law and spread news about the virus, while healthcare professionals are going to extreme measures to try and stop others from getting infected. China is bringing in stricter measures and ordering all the city's residents to report their temperatures every day, while public venues have been transformed into makeshift medical centers, and the city has built new hospitals in just days.
Well, a lot of this is the reason why it started to spread in China, from what I believe, is that China is really a dirty country.
Pollution-wise,
and just their hygiene.
Yeah.
They, my girlfriend, went to China for a semester, or part of a semester, you know.
Yeah.
And when she was there, she had to bring soap with her to the bathrooms.
Yeah.
Like, they literally
They don't even
didn't
have soap in their bathrooms. Wow.
Like, that's how disgusting. Can you imagine?
That's unacceptable, first of all.
Yeah, can you imagine if everyone in the U.S. just didn't wash
their hands
in
San
the
Francisco.
bathroom?
Have you seen the streets of San Francisco?
Oh, yeah. You got people that are pooping out in the streets because of, you know, there you go, Nancy Pelosi. You're doing such a good job in your district.
Nice hit, though.
Yeah. But, yeah, you got Nancy Pelosi's doing a very good job. She's letting her people poop out in the streets.
Good job.
Yeah, good job, Pelosi.
Anyway, though.
Yeah, back to the topic on hand.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
so, China doesn't have, at least not as good as us, right?
Right.
Really good hygiene, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely, by far. You just think of the U.S. if they would, just no one would wash their hands ever when they went to the bathroom. Like, just how nasty it would be.
You're right.
It just,
So,
that's the main cause of it.
yeah. And also, did you see where it came from? The freaking animal market. They're selling live animals out in the open.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do we do it here in the U.S.? How do we slaughter animals for food? How do we do it?
Well,
Can you explain to people from China if they're listening how we do it?
Don't we use like a slaughterhouse and then we actually like put it into a cooler and keep the meat like fresh as long as you can.
Right, yeah.
That's what coolers are for.
Yeah.
But apparently Chinese
they slaughter them on the spot.
Yeah, they slaughter them on the spot and then they hang them out to dry or whatever,
and then like you get food,
and some beef jerky.
So, oh goodness gracious, dude.
I don't know.
So, I mean, wait, just a little bit more because there's more to this.
Mm-hmm.
So China cut off transport links inside and outside the city, and ordered places like cinemas and cafes to close.
Yeah.
Which I think is gonna affect the new movie Black Widow coming out.
Oh,
and stuff like that. So China later extended the quarantine to about 60 million people. So it went from 11 million to 60 million because they extended it to other cities, creating what is thought to be the largest quarantine in history.
Wow.
Jeez.
Okay, so...
And obviously people stockpiling food and fuel and stuff, whether the supplies are going out.
So I wonder how long that they're going to be, like the average person is quarantined. Because like, they're going to run out of food. What are they supposed to do when they run out of food in their place?
Report did say the trucks and stuff was shipping food in.
Like, to their house? Or
just into the city, from what I understand.
But how are they supposed to leave their house if they're quarantined to get the food?
They're allowed outside, remember?
Oh, they are?
Yeah, they're allowed outside. Just the cities are quarantined. Doesn't mean they can't leave their homes.
Okay, so they can actually walk out of their house.
Which the food is probably going to be at the medical centers and stuff, you know what I mean?
Okay, because here in the U.S.
we have American Red Cross and stuff like that.
But also, they don't... Here in the U.S., they say to self-quarantine.
Which means stay in your home,
Which means stay in your home, you're not allowed to leave whatsoever.
Basically under house arrest.
Yeah. And, you can't even walk out on the sidewalk, from what I understand. So you have to stay, like, inside your house. Anything else about this article?
Yeah. One more thing. They were stockpiling, but the authorities were urging them not to. Which is weird. And I guess, when they ship the food in, on trucks and stuff, even the driver's temperatures are checked.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's all for that article. So what do you think about China and Wuhan? Like, to sum this up, what do you think? Are they doing enough? Should the quarantine have been lifted by now? Should it still be in effect?
No, I think they should definitely keep them quarantined while this pandemic is playing itself out in China. But, I mean, there's only so much you can do. Some things are harder to control, just like a virus, because it stays dormant for 14 days. Like, how are you supposed to know when it's gonna attack next?
Like I said, we could have it right now and not even know it. So, like, this is crazy. So,
I do have a
Joe found this just now.
I've had this for a while, actually. I was looking at it this past week. So I have an article that says about the coronavirus is inspiring memes, parodies, and art in Asia as a way to cope.
This is a little humor, like lighthearted stuff for you guys.
It's definitely more lighthearted. So it starts out by saying things felt bleak in Hong Kong for Kathy Mack. The city had just reported its first death from the coronavirus. Store shelves were being cleared of basic supplies, and the outbreak was giving a months-old protest movement another troubling dimension.
Those are the Hong Kong protests, if you guys remember that.
Life had just stopped, said the 30-year-old dance instructor and performer, who, like other people in Hong Kong, has been confined mostly to her apartment. People were being hysterical, grabbing toilet paper, she says.
Jeez.
Just like they, just here in the U.S.
Yeah.
Then, in a fit of inspiration, Mac started jotting down lyrics to a song. A parody she hoped would lighten the mood at an upcoming charity event.
Oh, man.
Says sung to the tune of a 1990s pop hit, Torn, by Australian singer Natalie Imbruglia.
Yeah.
Mac's live performance, recorded on her cell phone, racked up over 230,000 views on YouTube and sparked a minor sensation in a city worn down by numbing headlines and despair.
Oh, these lyrics.
All right, so she sings, There's nothing left at the grocery store. I can't find bok choy no more. There's just white people things. Like pasta, cheese, and corn. Where's the hell the rice? Why is it 3 times the price?
Oh my gosh.
Those are like little things that they're trying to do to keep themselves entertained.
Yeah. Oh man. How do they have internet?
Well, they're very limited on what they can do on the internet actually in China, because I think their like only form of social media is like that WeChat thing, and it's very simplistic. Where the hell's the rice?
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Oh, the video like this. It's hilarious.
Let's see. There's also a video, which I'm not gonna play it
because we don't have the capability, I guess.
But there's like
it looks
so it's an animated music video from Vietnam's Ministry of Health.
Oh no!
And it's actually a catchy 3-minute tune that sounds like it belongs on the top 40 rotation, reminding citizens to wash their hands vigorously, avoid touching their faces, and stay clear of crowded places.
Oh my god!
They said it was deemed as a genuine club
banger.
It also has spawned a dance on TikTok.
Of course. That freaking app.
You love that app.
Yes.
Which is
and
a Chinese app.
Willie! TikTok's a Chinese.
Yep.
I forgot that. Oh man. And a few dabs for good measure.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. There's also a
oh gosh.
little like protest thing there. Look at that.
So that's that.
Yeah, so it's basically just like, you know, it kind of gives like a little insight into what they're trying to do to
entertain themselves.
Entertain themselves.
Entertain
themselves.
Yeah, Bose is here. Oh, that's an inside joke. It's hilarious.
So that one, remember that one doctor that was that died in China?
The doctor.
No, not Doctor Who.
But yes, I remember this. Yes.
Yeah, but his name is Dr. Li Wenliang, and he Wenliang. No, but actually he did pass away from the coronavirus.
Sad news.
He was like one of the first people to start warning others about it.
Yep.
And
the Chinese was crazy at first.
The Chinese government, from what I believe, they silenced him. They made him like sign a document, like basically saying that he doesn't know anything about it, or something along those lines.
That's stupid. Communism for you guys.
Yeah, so like China was trying to be too, like trying to wrap it up like it was nothing, you know. Like,
yeah.
But that's probably China's first mistake, was trying to shut people up and arrest them for saying something about this virus.
Yeah.
But it's probably better.
Why does it probably break out so bad?
But they concentrated so much on that, they probably should have just concentrated on like containing it.
Yeah.
Instead of containing the people that are talking about it.
Yeah.
Like you're containing the wrong thing, but
but the news spread everywhere, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, so there's just some funny memes and stuff on here.
How to control Wuhan pneumonia.
You just stuff
silence is health. That's a
actually true in China.
Yeah.
Silence is health. Yeah, so here's some of the issues here. The 33-year-old artist who struggles to find venues to exhibit his work because of Chinese pressure said there was little difference between China's response to the Hong Kong protests and the Wuhan virus. It shows how easily, this is what he says.
Yes.
It shows how easily a domestic problem caused by censorship or bad governance can influence everyone in the world. He says, I find it ironic. As a Chinese-born artist trying to reflect the reality in China, I feel like there's tons of material I can use to expand my artwork, but it's actually very sad. I'd rather have nothing to work with. Our reality is really bad.
And that goes to, like, everything. The pollution, the government.
Yeah.
There's everything.
And there's people that that say that China's so amazing. Look, they build a hospital in a couple of days. Look what they can do.
Yeah.
Well, what about what about all the other bad stuff? Like you're trying to make the government look good. Don't make them look good. They're not a good government.
The communists.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pure communists.
It's like these are probably
socialists.
these are probably the same people that support Bernie Sanders. I don't even want to hear that. So
yeah. Did you hear his plan for it?
No.
I was laughing my whole way through it.
What's his plan?
Basically,
inform me on this.
It's basically he was bashing Trump like Biden was, saying he's not doing enough. Okay, he gave $8 billion to the CDC and stuff to fight it. I mean, so don't tell me it's not doing anything. Again, the news media is using this virus. They're politicizing it.
Oh yeah.
They shouldn't be politicizing a virus.
They shouldn't be, but they are. They're trying to blame it on Trump. They're trying to say that.
How many years have people been blaming Trump for stuff now?
Well, let's see. They tried to the Russian interference in the election.
Yeah, right after.
What else was it? The impeachment.
Which is I was tired of hearing about that. Thank God that's over.
What was that one other thing? There's at least one other thing.
Accusing him of sleeping with a lot of people.
No, there's papers that gosh, it slipped my mind now, but
yeah, but
there was another investigation.
Yeah,
and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. I just can't think of it.
Yeah, people who are watching us now, comment and tell us what it is.
Yeah, yeah. Anyone that's watching us. Anyways, yeah. So that's pretty much it for that. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, so that one letter that he had to sign was a letter of reprimand from the Wuhan police forcing the doctor to acknowledge with two fingerprints that he had spread false rumors.
2 fingerprints, you say?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know why that's bad?
Why?
Because he had the virus. So when he touched it...
Did he pass it on?
Maybe, yeah. Yep.
Look at this World War Z meme
that's awesome.
Like they're trying to
grab the kill.
I wish I could show you guys this.
I know. Yes, this is awesome.
Yeah. So if I was able to pull it up, yeah. So it's pretty cool.
So now we want to talk about, speaking of Trump.
Mm-hmm.
We want to talk about how it's affected America.
Okay.
Because this is where we're from, right?
Yes.
So before we start, there was a link I want to I want to share with you. But before that, how do you think it's affected us so far?
It's really recently, as of today, like more things are rolling out to stop people from going in crowded places.
Yeah. So what are some things that we've heard over the past few days?
Well,
like literally over the past 2 days.
For me, I'm a Kent State student, and I'm forced to do no face-to-face classes. I have to do online classes all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Up until like April 14th or something like that.
And I work at McDonald's in Hopeville, obviously, and there's talks that it might shut down depending on what happens.
Wow.
Yeah. I saw a post on that bulletin board when walking in yesterday morning when the president of McDonald's talking about this outbreak, how we only need to stay clean and stuff, you know what I mean? Which we are, so yeah, we're doing good.
There's only so much you can do.
Can you imagine if McDonald's shut down? Like, it'd be nuts.
Oh, there'd be a riot.
We love our food, don't we?
We love our McDonald's.
Yes. So like seriously though, like a March Madness is canceled.
MLB, NBA,
NHL,
and Major League Baseball is supposed to start up here.
Spring training.
Yeah.
It's gonna be delayed 2 weeks from what I've heard.
It's already bad enough that we got.
And the whole NBA season's canceled due to 2 players having the virus.
And
from the Utah Jazz and the other one.
did you hear that the one
guy
that
was touching everything? Yes.
He's pretending. He's like acting like he had it, but he actually did.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh.
That's so horrible.
That's so stupid. Yes. Oh man. So basically, the NBA finals aren't gonna happen.
Right.
And like we said, movies also. Black Widow is gonna be a huge summer release. It might not happen now.
Well, a lot of it is like questioning whether they should hold off on the release of whatever movie because of the virus, just so then more people can see it. Because if you release it right now, like on Friday, there's probably not going to be a whole lot of people showing up to see it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to happen, to be honest.
Everything fun's being canceled.
Oh,
I'm Factory of Terror. just canceled their Friday the 13th haunt because of this virus. So I mean, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's absolutely insane. So, I have an article here. I want to read for
Sure.
you guys. It's
Go
from
ahead.
Business Insider. It says more than half of U.S. states have declared states of emergency to fight coronavirus. Here's what it means for them. So it says more than 30 states so far, well, 40 something now, 45 I think, have declared states of emergency in response to this outbreak. Washington was the first state to declare emergency. Not Washington, D.C., Washington State. I want to make that clear. They were the first state in emergency last month after the first coronavirus death was confirmed there. Maryland's first positive cases and California's first death from coronavirus triggered the states to follow suit. By March 13th, other states, including Arizona, Michigan, New York, Kentucky, and Utah, in addition to several U.S. cities and counties, had also declared public health emergencies. President Donald Trump declared a national emergency actually today,
Yeah.
March 13th. And the U.S. has reported more than 2,240 COVID-19 cases. But amid a nationwide testing shortage, the true figure is probably much higher. So, I mean, this is crazy. Let's see what else. Despite the possibly alarming news, declaring an emergency is a strategic announcement. Strategic announcement that can help states and active emergency response plans and state emergency operations centers. It also can help governments get reimbursed for money that they spend on preparedness from the state and federal government, and it authorizes leaders to use funds to deploy additional personnel, buy equipment, and prepare stockpiles. And as I said, Trump declared a national emergency for the coronavirus to give government leaders the opportunity to implement restrictive measures to stop the spread of the virus. Governor Jay Inslee of Washington was reportedly banning gatherings and events of more than 250 people in the Seattle metro area.
So this is the first state to declare an emergency, right?
Yeah, and I'm gonna read through all the states real quick. Can I do that?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not gonna there's little headings underneath, but I'm just gonna read the states.
Yeah.
So Washington, California, Maryland, Kentucky, Utah, New York. New York City is, I think, the second. It's the highest death rate in the U.S. right now.
Ooh.
We got, we got Florida. We got Oregon, Indiana, New Jersey, which coincidentally is where we just went to get our new puppy.
Oh wow.
Colorado, Iowa now, and where we live, Ohio, Pennsylvania. Jeez, this every state, Illinois. Which how's that gonna affect Chicago? Chicago's a huge city, and they're already messed up because of all the crime. How are they gonna take that?
I don't know.
Can't even tell you. Massachusetts, Boston, over there. North Carolina, Michigan. Haha, Michigan. I mean, seriously though, that's sad. That's really sad. Sorry, Wolverines. Arizona also has one. Connecticut. Jeez, Connecticut has 11 cases. Louisiana. So basically every single state. Oh, and Virginia as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, jeez, Delaware, all these places. This is crazy. So I'm not gonna read the entire list. It's just a lot.
It's pretty much
Montana, Nevada.
Most of the states, it seems.
Yeah.
A lot of them. Arkansas
is also.
Yeah, but anyways,
Kansas too. I mean,
Arkansas, and then
and then Kansas
Yeah.
also is on the same emoji. So geez.
So what is that all for this article? Really?
Yeah. Geez, Tennessee is under quarantine. That sucks for them because a tornado just hit.
Yeah, I know. They got to worry about the virus and that tornado that just passed through them. Tornadoes.
And also New Hampshire. So
yeah, so I think that's all for that article that we were covering.
A lot of people. I mean, a lot of states under state of emergency.
Yep.
Do you think that's good or? So what do you think? Do you think that's too many states, or do you think it's just what should be happening?
I think it's better to be prepared.
Yeah.
I do believe there's way more cases than what are reported.
Yeah.
Because we don't have the capability to test everybody.
Yeah.
It could just be the size of our country. It could be part of it, you know.
What if this is a really bad thought, but what if all 330 million of us are infected?
I don't think so. Or maybe what if it's like The Walking Dead, where everyone's infected with the coronavirus?
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah.
That would be insane.
It would be.
I mean, I think it's gonna be worse than the swine flu, but so the economy, right?
Yeah.
This is another thing. So what do you have to say about this before we start?
It's weird because the economy is not completely tanking.
Alright.
It's going down. It's definitely a downward spiral.
Oh yeah.
But it did jump back up again today.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
It's been rebounding a little bit, probably because a lot of
today, as of this recording.
Yeah, as of this recording, March 13th.
Yes.
It's rebounded. I think a lot of it is caused from fears.
Yeah.
From not knowing what this virus is capable of.
Yeah.
And not knowing how it'll affect, like, normal commerce between China and the United States.
Because we have a really good relationship.
Yeah.
It's just...
Which I think, in my opinion, we should be less reliant on China for...
Especially now.
Especially now, it really proves that that China is not reliable all the time. Yeah. And it might be better to, as Ben Shapiro put it, have China as a way of doing business, but also have a secondary source. You know what I mean? Like have a factory in China, but also have a factory in Italy, for example, or have a factory in Germany or something,
France.
Or just have it here in the U.S.
Yeah.
You know,
go American again.
Wow,
come on, made in the U.S.
You know,
we've really given up on that, by the way, which is not good. But
yeah, because they're always looking for the cheaper way to produce their product. But
maybe this will be a lesson.
Yeah, I don't think that they're going to completely try to move out of China, but definitely expand out and have another option for getting your products made, because you can't rely on China completely, as proven by this virus, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, what you're going to get into, Aiden?
So first article, I got 3 little ones here.
Okay.
These are from CBS News. So basically the gist of this one, I'm not going to read this thing, but basically the gist of this is the coronavirus has cost the global stock markets $16 trillion with a T in less than a month. The novel coronavirus continued to weigh heavily on financial markets Friday, though stocks are mostly higher in Europe after wild swings in Asia. Global stock market losses climbed past $16 trillion, set a high on February 19th on fears that the outbreak could lead to a worldwide recession. Equities rose Friday in Paris, London, and Germany lost... Equities rose Friday in Paris, London, and Germany, but lost 6.1% in Japan. The Nikkei average, I think that's how you put it, had plunged as much as 9.5% early in the session, echoing Thursday's brutal 10% collapse on U.S. markets, the largest single-day decline since 1987 on Black Monday. So... That's crazy.
I would only go shopping on Black Friday. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. That's Cyber Monday. No.
Yeah, so, like I said, not a lot there. Just that was the main crux of it.
Yeah.
It's 16 trillion in a month. That's what this virus has been costing us. That's nuts.
But you know what? I do believe that this isn't a long recession that we're going to fall into. I don't think
there might not be any money at all.
In
a couple months. I mean, in a couple months, it might all be just about survival. You know what I mean?
We're just gonna run out of money, is what you think?
Like Walking Dead, but without the zombies. Like trading and stuff, you know what I mean? Little camps and... I mean...
While that would be quite fun...
No, it would not! Can you imagine losing your dad?
Huh?
Can you imagine losing your dad?
Yeah, that'd be bad.
Can Goodness gracious.
It'd be quite fun running amok with the crazy people.
Wait, woo! And also, there's another article.
I mean, Aiden.
So,
And,
this is mind
never
blowing.
mind.
I still freak out over this. So, the Dow Jones. You know what the Dow Jones is, right?
Oh yeah.
It's an average of all the stocks,
Mm-hmm.
It fell, this is from March 9th, this article.
Yeah.
It fell 2,000 points. Think about that. Like, it fell 2,000 points. Like,
That's a lot.
so it says U.S. stocks plunged on Monday, briefly halting trading as frightened investors fled the markets amid growing economic uncertainty over the spreading coronavirus. Oil markets also collapsed after Saudi Arabia said it plans to slash prices, escalating the battle with Russia, just as the coronavirus's impact was reducing demand for oil. Trading was stopped shortly after the markets opened at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, triggered by a 7% drop in the S&P 500 index. The S&P 500 has 3 circuit breakers that kick in when stocks decline by 7%, 13%, or 20% in a single trading session. The Dow tumbled 2,014 points, or 7.8%, to 23,851, a 52-week low. The S&P 500 and tech-heavy Nasdaq, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, Nasdaq.
Both slumped more than 7%. Stocks are now in a correction when the market declines 10% from its most recent high, and are approaching so-called bear territory, or when stocks lose more than 20% in their value. The stock market hasn't seen a bear market since the financial crisis, when the S&P 500 shed about 56% of its value over a 17-month period.
Wow.
And look at this. That's how it fell. Look at that.
Oof. That's a sharp decline right there.
Oh my gosh, right? So Monday's sharp decline marks the third straight week of turbulence for U.S. investors who are weighing the impact of the coronavirus outbreak. The new COVID-19 disease will blame for like 23 days. Businesses such as Twitter are asking employees to work at home.
Wow.
While universities including Stanford and Columbia are suspending in-person classes. Economists say the risk of recession is increasing due to business disruptions. Jeez.
But I like I was saying, I don't know if I said it or not. Now I can't remember. But what I was going to say
So
was
that's
that
that.
I don't think that it's going to be a long-term recession. I think that once the virus is under control, it has, a vaccine that's limiting the cases.
Yeah.
I think that we're going to see the economy spike back up because once production starts back up, it's just the economy's back right where it was before.
Oh, yeah.
Assuming that businesses are still afloat and not, underwater after not being able to make regular business, That would be very scary, but yeah, so definitely. If there's anyone also that has questions, just a reminder, you can give us a little message right here in the chat on our live stream.
Yes.
And just give us a question if you guys have something you want to mention. That'll be very nice to answer.
Yes, to the best of our ability.
Yeah.
So, that's crazy. I mean, it just shows that, like, the economy, can be affected by anything.
Right.
And that's just crazy. Did they get... So you don't think it's gonna get worse?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Well, no, it's going to get worse before it gets better. But I don't think that it's going to be have long-term effects as bad as what we thought. You know what I mean?
And to close off this section really quick, I have an article from the New York Times.
Which isn't the most reliable source,
Right, but
we're not looking at it as is it blaming it on Trump or something?
No, actually.
Okay.
Why the coronavirus could threaten the U.S. economy even more than China's. If people stop traveling and going to the dentist, the gym, or even March Madness basketball games, the impact could be enormous. And economics says, after a string of deaths, some hot stopping plunges in the stock market, and an emergency rate cut by the Federal Reserve. I didn't know that happened. That's scary. There's reason to be concerned about the ultimate economic impact of the coronavirus in the United States. The first place to look for answers is China, where the virus has spread most widely. The news has been grim, with deaths, rolling quarantines, and the economy seeming to flatline. though the number of new cases has begun to fall. Advanced economies, like the United States, are hardly immune to these effects. To the contrary, a broad outbreak of the disease in them could be even worse for their economies than in China. That is because face-to-face service industries, the kind of businesses that go into a tailspin when fearful people withdraw from one another, tend to dominate economies in high-income countries more than they do in China. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If people stay from home, stop traveling, and don't go to sporting events, the economic consequence could be worse. In a sense, this is the economic equivalent of the virus's varied health effects. Just as the disease poses a particular threat to older patients, it can be especially dangerous for more mature economies. This is not to minimize the indiscriminate and widespread damage that the disease has caused by disrupting the global supply chain. With shortages of everything from auto parts to generic medicines, and production delays in things like iPhones and Diet Coke, a great deal of pain is coming from the closing of Chinese factories. Right? That proliferating damage has central banks and financial analysts talking about a global recession in the coming months. But nor is it to discount the possibility that the United States will be spared the worst effects. Scientific and public health efforts might limit the spread of the virus or quickly find a treatment or vaccine. The warmer weather of summer might slow the spread of the coronavirus as it usually does with the seasonal flu. Many things could prevent an outbreak as large as the one in China. But it is to say that an equivalent outbreak in the United States might easily have a worse economic impact. As a baseline, several factors work against the United States. China's authoritarian government can quarantine entire cities or order people off the streets in a way that would be hard to imagine in America, presumably giving China an advantage in slowing the spread of the disease. In addition, a large share of American workers lack paid sick days, and millions lack healthcare coverage, so people may be less likely to stay home or to get the proper medical care. And 41% of China's population lives outside urban areas, more than twice the share in the United States. Diseases generally spread faster in urban areas. Beyond those issues, however, is a fundamental difference in economic structure. When people pull back from interacting with others because of their fear of disease, the things they stop doing will frequently affect much bigger industries in the US. Consider travel. I didn't know this. The average American takes 3 flights a year. The average Chinese person, less than half a flight. And the epidemiological disaster of the Diamond Princess, which is that cruise ship, has persuaded many people to hold off on cruises. That cruise ship stigma alone potentially affects about 3.5% of the United States.
Wow.
Which has about 11.5 million passengers each year, compared with only 0.17% of China, which has about 2.3 million passengers. And that's what we were talking about right now. People may stop attending American sporting events. There have even been calls for the NCAA to play its March Madness college basketball tournaments without an audience. But sports is a huge business in the US. People spend upwards of 10 times as much on sporting events as they do in China. And if 60 million Americans stop spending $19 billion a year on gyms, that would be a much bigger deal than if the 6.6 million members in China stop spending the $6 billion they devote to gyms now. So, yeah. Basically, I think it's saying that we'll have it worse than them.
Because they're saying that we don't have that same authoritarian government that they do, and they're able to control their people so easily.
But overall, the U.S. is substantially more reliant on services than China is. And on the flip side, agriculture is sector not noted for day-to-day social interaction, and so potentially less harmless social withdrawal is a 10 times larger share of China's economy than it is in the U.S. Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah. So this closes by saying, so for all the talk about the global supply shock set off by the coronavirus outbreak and its impact on supply chains, we may have more to fear from an old-fashioned demand shock that emerges when everyone simply stays home. A major coronavirus epidemic in the U.S. might be like a big snowstorm that shuts down most economic activity and social interaction only until the snow is cleared away.
Yeah.
So go wash your hands for the full 20 seconds. That's how it ends.
Good advice. Yeah, actually, that's probably the best advice that Chinese people could take. And everyone. But no, right. But China seriously needs to be able to wash their own hands and not just take a dump and then walk out of the room.
Yeah.
Because that's... I'm just going to go take a dump and walk out of the room.
I just took a crap.
I just took a crap on your floor.
I got a virus, bro.
Yeah.
So
I heard that China is a lot of people there China is a lot of people are confused as to why we're still going to gyms and stuff with all
Planet
this
Thickness.
Planet Thickness.
That's nothing that my friend Nathan came up with when.
No, we were coming up with it.
Yeah,
together, yeah.
Like Planet Fitness, but
Planet Thickness. THICC.
2 C's.
2 C's, yeah. THICC.
Oh gosh. Oh goodness.
Anyways,
yeah.
yeah.
Enough with Planet Thickness.
Yeah, that's our like parallel universe version of
Planet
Fitness.
Yep.
Planet Thickness.
I mean, hey, they offer free pizza after a workout.
Yeah, right when you get out. Hey, you want your free pizza? Sure. Thank you.
Oh goodness gracious.
Eat donuts while you're like doing a sit up.
That's ironic. That's
doing a sit up.
Goodness gracious.
Is there like a donut hanging on?
Wait, did we get another subscriber?
No, we have a like on there.
No, since last time.
No, it's the same as last time.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just
we're
wondering. Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're watching the live stream too on YouTube.
Yeah, we kind of have that's why I'm like looking off to the side because I have my iPad right here.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to keep track, and if you guys are willing to comment and let us know
on the live chat.
Yeah, give us a question or
come on. Who was up? Who was up at 8:39 p.m.? Come on, guys.
Somebody liked our podcast. You can see right there that little like.
They feel pity on us.
Yeah. We're here at 8:30 at night talking about the coronavirus.
Yes, sir.
Yes. But what else do we have to talk about?
March Madness. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Because I was gonna make the perfect bracket.
I'm
not $1 million short.
I don't think you're gonna win.
Like what? Like, like come on, like.
You want your money?
What? Where's my
money? Where's my money?
Oh, goofy.
Anyways, yeah.
So one last thing we want to talk about. Well, actually, before we move on to that thing. So, as the economy, how do you think it's affected us? Based on what I've said in these articles, these 3 articles. We know a lot of events are getting canceled, right?
Yes, that'll definitely, that whole market is going to take a huge tumble.
Can you imagine Las Vegas and the gambling? They didn't even mention that.
Oh, yeah.
The gambling market's gonna...
I didn't even remember.
What will they have to bet on?
I don't know.
Because everything sports related is...
Bet on who's gonna get the coronavirus.
What? Like, you know, right? Like, what in the world? Like...
I bet Kyrie Irving's gonna get the coronavirus.
But seriously, though, like, if all these sports are canceled, how is Las Vegas gonna win in those millions?
I don't know.
If no one's betting.
I don't know. It's definitely a market that is actually a newer market. Yeah. Like it's legal now, like sports gambling, but that's something that was not looked at least it's not in the mainstream media.
That's something we thought of. So yeah.
I mean, that might have been something that was covered like in a smaller article somewhere, but I don't remember seeing it in any mainstream like CNN, Fox, or MSNBC. None of those sources have, at least to my knowledge, brought it up. So yeah, it's definitely yeah.
So yeah, this is insane. Like, this virus is affecting so much.
It is.
So, last thing, we want to be reasonable, right?
Right.
So I'm gonna read how this virus compares to other diseases.
Okay.
Because we want to
put it in perspective.
Yeah.
We don't want to
just scale everyone.
Yeah, because I feel like that's kind of what how people in the U.S. are treating it. People are really overreacting to it, and I've seen it firsthand because really? I work with the public.
You work at Giant Eagle, right?
Yeah, so dealing with the public, I noticed that a lot of them are freaking out. There's people that are buying cases of water, like that one guy bought like 5.
Like my dad saw at Sam's Club, yeah.
One guy bought like 5 24 packs of water. Jeez. And it's like, okay, well, you realize you can get water out of your tap, right? The water's not going to just dry up.
Why?
You know, it's like, oh, I'm going to run out of water. People are like freaking out.
Expand.
It's yeah, I don't know if the sun's it's ridiculous. But then the people are buying up toilet paper like crazy. Like Okay, first off, if it was like a virus that caused diarrhea, like severe diarrhea, like explosive, I'm saying here, if it caused explosive diarrhea,
Explosive poopy syndrome.
yeah, explosive poopy EPS,
EPS.
explosive poopy syndrome. Yeah,
The next outbreak.
Next outbreak. Yeah, started in Hartville, Ohio.
Ohio by Jared Oblin.
Wow, thank you. I get credit for this. Thank you. Thank you.
Patient 0, right here.
Patient 0. First coronavirus patient in Hartville? No, I'm just kidding.
Nope.
I hope not. Bye.
Bye, Felicia.
We're gonna put our end music on right now. No.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. So no. Anyway, that was awkward.
That was a weird rant right there.
Yeah. What was I talking about again?
Wait, Patrick.
Who you calling Pinhead?
You? Okay, so anyway.
I don't even remember.
Doggone it!
What was I talking about? I completely forgot.
I got no freaking clue, man. What?
Something about sports, right? No.
Something about a truck.
Something about a truck.
Oh goodness. Oh jeez. Okay. Anyway.
She
So
thinks
this
my
from ABC.
tractor sexy.
Okay, so
she's
anyway.
always staring at me. As I'm chugging.
Apparently, we breaking out into singing.
Yeah. It happens.
Oh gosh.
She think my tractor
sexy.
sexy.
Oh gosh. So anyway, this virus. I mean, this report. I'm sorry, is from ABC News. Look at what things straight. So how novel coronavirus compares to SARS and MERS.
It makes a good book.
I don't like that, actually.
What does it say again?
How novel coronavirus compares to SARS and MERS and other recent viral.
Okay.
I don't like that, though.
What do you mean?
Because they're in the same family.
Okay.
Do you get why I don't like that?
Yeah, because...
Like something like Ebola, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
anyway,
Ebola's different, though, but... Yeah.
I'm gonna read this anyway. The novel coronavirus has understandably caused a lot of people to worry, like we just said. Others, however, nonchalantly reported feeling a deja vu. It seems like we've been down this road before with SARS, MERS, and the swine flu. So how does COVID-19 actually stack up against these? SARS, MERS, and COVID-19 are all respiratory illnesses that are caused by the same family of viruses called coronavirus. Coronaviruses are actually quite common. They're the source of many of the common colds that people get and recover from every day. Wow. I did not know that. Coronaviruses are also common in many different animal species. Occasionally, the virus from an animal can infect humans and then rapidly spread among people. This is
yeah.
Wait,
sorry.
what were you gonna say?
That's why they were believing. I heard a couple of ideas was saying that the virus came from either bats.
Yeah, it came from bats. Yep.
From bats and or snakes.
Yeah, I think it was said to be bats.
Yeah, because they said that I saw a report saying that bats were what?
I shouldn't be doing this.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna get the virus. Or if you already have it.
Yeah.
If you don't already have it, you know.
Dun.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
No, but I guess somehow the bat isn't affected by the virus.
Yeah.
It's just dormant inside their body.
That's what's called Acalia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird, but I guess scientists are researching, trying to figure out exactly
they're testing bats,
why. Yeah, they're testing them, and that's why there was also conspiracy theories coming out of China, like I mentioned earlier, about how the virus probably escaped a lab of some kind.
Why is it the Planet of the Apes?
When they're
That's what I'm thinking of right now.
Yeah, I know. They're experimenting on these bats in the lab, and the virus infected one of the scientists. The scientist goes home, and it spreads to their family, and before you know it, it's a pandemic. You know what I mean?
Have you seen Rise of the Planet of the Apes?
I have not.
Well, basically, they were using a virus called ALZ-112 to kill Alzheimer's, and that's what happened. The scientists got infected, and then...
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's where that whole entire conspiracy theory came from.
From that movie, yeah.
But
watching that, and then
it does make sense, because if you'd think that they would want to know more about these bats, like how are they holding on to this virus? Yeah. You know, without it affecting
them at all. Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good discussion.
Thank you.
Come on, I gotta log into my phone again. What the heck? So similarly, the H1N1 influenza virus that has caused the swine flu is believed to have come from pigs. Funny story about that. You remember? Nope, don't touch your eyes. Don't touch your eyes.
I was like, what's wrong with Aiden there for a moment?
Don't. I got it. Hold on.
Oh yeah, there was a. Speaking of that, there was there was a funny video of AOC, of course, and she was getting on TV to talk to people about how to prevent the virus from spreading, or
and
something.
then she touches her eye,
and then she's going like brushing her hair, or like not. She's like saying don't touch your face at all and stuff.
And then
she's going like this with her hair, like brushing it back.
It's so like,
and she's going like this. It's like
Contagion. I mean, that movie Contagion. We touch our face 5 times every minute.
Yeah,
we don't even notice. It's subconscious. Like,
seriously, my nose is itchy
what?
right now.
Stop it! Stop! God! I'm gonna fall. Stop it.
We're gonna. Oh. Joking. We're gonna have a fight
right here. Society's breaking down in this house right now.
The riots start here.
But oh man. Anyway. I'm watching it back.
There's a little bit of a delay.
Woo!
There we go. All right.
Okay, so
sorry.
Stop it! I sound like a pig.
Disgusting.
Stop!
Got a boogie back in my throat. That's disgusting, man. Ugh.
I can barely breathe.
There's some like boogies stuck back in there. It might have the corona.
Come on up.
Corona.
Oh,
sorry,
God.
continue. I'm distracted.
Anyway, the first cases of SARS were reported in Asia in 2003. From November 2002 to July 2003, more than 8,000 probable SARS cases were reported to the World Health Organization from 29 countries. There were only 8 laboratory-confirmed cases in the U.S. Okay. Most people with SARS became ill within 2 to 10 days after exposure. The death rate was nearly 10%, but could increase to over 50% in adults older than 60.
Oof.
No cases of SARS have been reported anywhere in the world since 2004. Now, MERS, which stands for Middle Eastern Respiratory Syndrome, was first reported in Saudi Arabia in 2012. Of the 27 countries affected globally, 10 countries are in or near the Arabian Peninsula, and 17 countries are outside of the Arabian Peninsula. Only 2 patients in the US ever tested positive for MERS. To date, there have been nearly 2,500 laboratory-confirmed cases of MERS with a death rate of about 34%. Influenza, oh this would be interesting, is another contagious respiratory illness with symptoms that are similar to SARS, MERS, and COVID-19. It is caused by the influenza A and influenza B viruses. Different strains of influenza are responsible for the flu season that occurs every year. The CDC estimates that there have been 18 to 46,000 flu deaths so far this season.
Wow.
Which is a lot more than the deaths in the coronavirus.
Oh yeah.
So that's another reason to say why the flu is worse. The swine flu, influenza A, H1N1 virus. God, 2000.
Aiden's letting him rip.
Oh, that's the 3 of them in a row. The swine flu or H1N1 virus caused the 2009 global pandemic. I'll let out the virus right now. And God, disgusting. Anyway, an estimated 151 deaths. That's twice now. Plus on our gaming live stream, and then on.
Oh, the gaming live stream is awesome. If we have time to do the gaming live stream tonight, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing. So 575,000 people worldwide died from the H1N1 virus in 2009. Of those, they were an estimated. I wonder if that's going to show up in the audio. There were an estimated 12,400 deaths in the U.S. The estimated global death rate was very low at 0.02%. This strain continues to circulate as a seasonal flu virus each year, but can be prevented with a flu vaccine. In comparison, COVID-19 has spread to more than 50 countries and infected more than 85,000 people worldwide since January of this year. In the U.S., there have been about 70 cases and 2 people have died. Well, a lot more now, but globally, there have been less than 3,000 confirmed deaths. Actually, no. Right now, experts estimate that COVID-19 has a death rate of about 2%, but that might change as we learn more about the virus. While COVID-19 seems to spread easily, the symptoms tend to be mild, particularly for people who are relatively young and healthy.
Well, here's the also thing.
Here's the also thing.
Here's the that didn't make any sense.
Here's the thing.
Here's the also thing. Yeah, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing. That makes more sense.
Yes,
right?
it does.
Okay.
Good job.
Thank you. But you know what? It makes more sense once you have more cases.
Yeah.
Because the more cases you have, probably the lower that death rate is. Because they're basing that.
Out more about
it. Yeah, they're basing that 2%.
Remember, you don't know anything until they start showing symptoms. First of all.
Right.
So.
And that could be up to 14 days.
Right.
What do you say what that other virus or whatever was like 2 to 10 days?
Yeah.
So it could like
SARS. Yeah.
Yeah, that can hit you in 2 days.
Yeah.
You can already be infected.
Yeah.
But the coronavirus, you don't know. It could be hiding inside you for a while without even showing any symptoms.
Yeah.
But I believe that after the more cases are shown, I think that there will be a smaller percentage.
Yeah.
Or we'll find out maybe the percentage will go up. It just hopefully it's not going up, but
hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll find out. Sorry, continue.
Hiccups.
Are you kidding me right now?
Although the SARS and MERS outbreaks had significantly higher death rates. Meanwhile, seasonal, not seasonal.
Sounds like a summer event.
Yep. Seasonal influenza remains an important cause of respiratory illness that can cause hospitalization and death. The CDC continues to recommend that everyone older than 6 months get the flu vaccine. No, it causes autism. based on the anti-vaxxers.
Dare.
Why? No. Hey, I have it, so I can say
Shut up.
about it. Shut up!
Shut up!
Okay. That's Dr. Robert Glatter.
Bladder? Is that what it is?
Glatter.
Oh, Glatter. Okay.
It makes me bladder since we're talking about viruses. Ooh. Stop that!
What? What did I do?
Rub your eye with with your shoulder.
What is this?
Yeah, stop doing that!
At least I didn't touch my face with my hand like this. I almost bet my finger off.
Anyway.
Instant replay.
As New York City's Lenox Hill Hospital noted, make sure you get a flu shot. It's much more likely to contract the flu than the new coronavirus infection. He also warns older persons should also make sure they get vaccinated against pneumonia and shingles, since these are more likely if they develop a viral infection such as the coronavirus. And that's the end of that article. So basically the takeaway from that article is what?
It puts it in perspective of the different...
in which way?
You know, trying to see, like, what the death rates are for other viruses, right?
Yeah.
Trying to figure out whether we should be worried about it or not.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think...
Do you think we should be as concerned
good
as previous ones?
Yeah.
Or is it just, like, we don't know how it's going to be yet?
We don't know. That's what I'll say. We don't know.
We need to just take...
Precaution.
Like, more precaution than what we normally should.
Yes.
Just because of it. Yeah. Because of not knowing is the scary part.
So, a very funny story. I don't know if you know this, but I was... Back 2009, I was in school, obviously. You were too. Were you in the Bahamas then?
No, I came back in 2009.
Okay.
So
I was on a bus, and this was in the midst of the H1N1 pandemic. And I guess almost everyone on the bus was had it or something. It was crazy. So, that shows you how widespread it was. Stop it!
I had to wipe my face.
So,
oh, gosh, you're scaring the crap out of me.
And so, oh gosh, that'll be funny to watch backwards in slow-mo. I can see it now. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that's all the articles we have. So, I mean...
Yeah, so I really think, that's it for now.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit then. Just give our views on this.
To recap everything.
Yeah.
Final it out, or round it up.
Yeah.
That's
It's live stream.
Yeah.
It's live stream.
Yeah.
So, how is it... Well, actually, let's do this.
Okay.
Let's add another section. How's it affecting our families? Like us.
Well, it's been kind of a little nerve-wracking. I'm glad you brought that up, Aiden. Because personally, I'm not worried about it infecting me, the coronavirus.
And also,
I feel like
it's serious. So.
I feel like I can handle the virus.
Yeah.
I feel like
you exercise.
I
so
feel
stuff,
yeah.
so you.
And I feel like I'm a healthy human being.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have any underlying health conditions that I know of.
Yeah.
And I feel like I can handle it. But
you don't smoke, so that's
I don't
good.
smoke. I don't do weed, don't do any other drugs that would cause any complications.
Yeah.
But what I am worried about though is my relatives, like my grandparents.
Oh gosh, yeah. My grandpa too, yeah.
Yeah, your grandpa has cancer, right? And
like 40 kind or something like that, but yeah.
Yeah, so
a lot of them. Yeah.
That's a big concern for him because
cancer weakens your immune system.
Right. And it'll definitely be hard to fight off the coronavirus
if he gets it.
Right.
Yeah. And me too.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, dude, I have a weakened system too. Can you imagine if I got infected with it? How bad it would be?
Yeah.
I mean,
and like it's like it's scary because I work with the public and I don't
in the grocery store.
Like, yeah, I'm exposed to all sorts of things throughout the day.
You're getting dollar bills handed.
Yeah, I'm getting money.
Which is a rule I suggested to McDonald's actually today, that they imposed a rule that they should use debit cards instead of dollar bills, because all this handing over money and stuff is just like this, like all this handing over transition of money is like, just it's just not good.
Yeah,
that's how stuff spreads.
Yeah.
Hold on.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
That's just so random.
What is this?
Hold on. It's just like, okay.
Now this is a live stream.
Yeah, this is a live stream.
Woo!
Anyways, boop. Don't you dare give me the coronavirus. No, I probably already have it.
Look at.
Anyways.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
so that's my concern, is it affecting my grandparents, and because the thing is, it makes it hard to go see my grandparents because I'm afraid that I might be a carrier of the virus and I don't even know I'm infected yet.
Yeah.
So, and since I'm like working with the public like every single week, who knows? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard to, like, you want to stay like they said, like 3 to 6 feet away from people, No. Anyways, so what's your concerns about the virus?
Mostly my grandpa. Like you said, he has cancer, so that's gonna be a hard battle for him if he gets it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why our family is we disinfected our whole house yesterday. Lysol and everything. So
nice.
What's funny? Someone at my work thought that Lysol was causing it because it said coronavirus on it. Little did they know that that's what it kills. Oh, it was a reading of all the things it kills.
I'm sorry, but those are the same people that believe that the Corona beer has a correlation with it. Same people.
Exact same.
Uh-huh. I promise you that much. You probably give them a Corona beer, and they're like,
Did you see that? Get the virus. Did you see that meme that Here, I'll show you. This is hilarious. You're gonna love this. I'll show you guys too, so you can see it. This is hilarious. You guys are gonna love this.
Corona beer changes their name to avoid association with the coronavirus outbreak. Ebola Extra.
Look at this, guys. But I can bring it see it. But...
Here, let
me. So that's that meme. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh.
I don't even know. I didn't see that meme, but that's a pretty good one.
Oh, that's hilarious. So
yeah, so anything else? I think that's pretty much it.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Predictions.
Yeah.
How many deaths do you think it's gonna cause?
You said 1 million, right?
No, I know. I think 500,000. The same as the swine flu.
Okay.
Because I study viruses, that's what I like doing. I like studying stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm thinking. How about you? How many people are gonna be infected and then deaths? Fatality rate, I mean. How many people do you think are gonna die? I know this is more about you guys, but I mean...
I'm thinking 500,000 infected, not dead, but...
I'm thinking millions infected. But remember, like 70,000.
Wait, millions infected, and then how much do you think dead?
500,000.
500,000?
Yeah.
Oof. I'm not gonna do that high of a number. I think I'm gonna take that one back. I'm thinking something along the lines of like, are we talking in the U.S. here?
No, just
worldwide.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking maybe 100,000 deaths. I'm gonna
really low, dude.
I'm doing lower because it affects mostly older people.
Yeah.
And
for now.
And for now, we'll see what happens. I'm not a medical professional, so I may be
yeah, we're not, but let's reiterate that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm maybe in the wrong there when I'm trying to predict like Aiden's pointing out. But yeah. So
we have still gotten no questions.
No questions, but that's okay. You guys can always
This is why we're extending a little bit, just talking, because we want you guys to post questions.
Yeah, but if you
like a 10-minute interval.
But that's all right if you guys if you get to watch us later and realize that there is something that you guys wanted to talk to us about, just email us at offthegridpodcast@gmail.com.
Yes.
Yep. So definitely don't forget to email us there and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, because we will be doing more updates on the coronavirus
as they come.
Yep. And next week we'll be drinking the Corona beer. No,
really?
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Maybe. Drunk podcast. Dude, I like it. Woo!
Yeah, man. So, yeah. So,
oh, shoot.
What?
Oh, no,
supposed to do this?
No!
I'm infected.
Oh, what a way to end that.
Ew.
Oh, my goodness.
Ooh, that's kind of weird. Yeah, a little bit.
Disgusting.
All right, anyways. Anyways, guys.
Watching the playback.
Anyways, thank you guys.
Yes, thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, so see you guys.
Wait. Where can they find us? Also.
Oh yeah, don't forget. You can find us on Apple Podcasts and YouTube, and subscribe to either one of those to look at our content. But we do have, if you're more of a person that likes to listen to podcasts on the go and don't normally watch video, Apple Podcasts would be probably the better choice. They have an option that you can like just lock the screen and still hear the audio playing in the background. So since we're not showing a lot of visuals tonight, it's probably better just to have the audio.
Watch our antics.
Antics, that could be entertaining within itself. Yeah, but
and also Facebook and Twitter, right?
Facebook and Twitter, and you can also do you can also do audio on YouTube. Yeah. But you do have to subscribe to the YouTube's YouTube Plus or whatever the heck they call it. YouTube Red.
YouTube Premium.
It used to be YouTube Red or something, but then
YouTube Premium now, I think it's called.
So
also my music too.
Yeah, anything to mention about that?
Just we'll have a link to the intro music in the description. So just follow it's Off the Good Music on Apple. Apple, Spotify, whatever music platform you guys want.
Yeah, so, the link for Aiden's music is listed on all of our other podcasts. If you looked in the description on there, so you can find it easily there. Yeah. And he does have the long version of our intro on his channel,
which actually played.
Yeah, which actually played, and we'll play again at the end. So yep. So I guess that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah. See you next.
All right. See you guys. Whoop, hold on one sec. Bye, guys.
Bye. Now see you guys.